Hey there, Burned In teachers. Happy Monday. I'm Amber Harper, and thank you so much for joining Burned In Teacher Live. Again, my name is Amber Harper. I'm creator of burnedinteacher.com and the Burned In Teacher podcast, and I help teachers name their burnout, identify their stage, and take specific action steps to beat it. I also work as an educational technology consultant and help schools and teachers learn how to use the basics of G Suite with their students in ways to engage their students more effectively and, of course, increase their efficiency because we know how much there is to do. Today, we're going to talk all about understanding your teacher brand, how you can get one, and what it is, all right? So I want to tell you a quick story about teacher brand, okay? A few weeks ago, actually a couple of months ago, I posted an image on Instagram that basically summarized my opinion about venting versus seeking support. And that if you are leaving a conversation that included venting, but didn't leave with action steps or supportive steps you could take to keep that thing that upset you from happening again, of course, considering the things you can and cannot control, if you haven't had that part of the conversation and you're leaving with your blood pressure higher than what it was when you started the conversation, you're having the wrong conversation. Well, after I posted this, I got a very brash comment below stating that someone was defending venting, and that if they came to me and tried to vent about something, and if I offered them action steps or asked them how I could help them, they wouldn't come and vent to me. And at first, when I saw the comment, I was like, self-conscious, feeling like I did something wrong, I had upset somebody. And then I thought, you know what? This person is not my people. They are not someone who I would want to have a conversation with. If all that they would want to do is to come to me and just complain and then leave, those are not the types of conversations that I'm all about. My brand is that if you come to me and ask for support, I'm going to do the best I can to help you or point you in the right direction. I am not going to just simply listen and then add to the fuel to the fire and add to that negativity. That's not my brand, all right? So what is a teacher brand? Well, in a nutshell, teacher brand is your people, your presentation, and your goals, okay? And I lay all of this out in today's Burned In Teacher podcast, episode number 45, when I unpack what it means to understand your teacher brand, okay? So here are 3 things you can do to begin to build or rebuild your teacher brand, all right? And if you listen to the episode, you're going to hear different examples of teacher brands. So the first thing is create a personal mission statement. Now, if you listen to episode 41 of the podcast, I laid out, how you can begin where you are. And one of those things is to create core values, or rather decide your 2 core values. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to burnedinteacher.com, click on the podcast link, listen to this episode because I tell you specific steps on how you can easily and quickly create a personal mission statement that you can continue to come back to when times get tough, because they will. And being a burned in teacher is all about being prepared for that hardship. So the next step is define your top 10 adjectives that you would like people to use to describe you, and then do the hard stuff. Actually compare those adjectives that you write that you want people to talk to you about or talk about as words that describe you, and actually go into the field and ask people. Ask your students, your colleagues, your husband, your wife, your partner, your administrator. That's an interesting conversation. Actually sit down and say, I'm working on my teacher brand. How would you describe me? And be honest, lay it on me, all right? Those conversations are tough, but they're so helpful as you're trying to make a transformation out of burnout, okay? And the third thing is to evaluate your top 5. You are the average of the 5 people you hang around with the most. So I want you to reevaluate who you are intentionally spending time with inside and outside of school, all right? If those people are not offering you action, inspiration, and support, then you need to find some different people. That doesn't mean being rude or being brash or angry. It just means deciding that you are going to spend this precious time that you have on earth to be inspired, to take action, to offer support, and to get support when you need it. So in addition to doing those 3 things to begin to build or rebuild your teacher brand, I want you to check out episode number 45, like I mentioned earlier. I go through all of these steps in depth, and I also share some other really good insights on what a teacher brand is, how it's different than a judgment, and what you can do to start building your brand today. So also, if you've not taken the teacher burnout quiz to name your burnout and then get the cheat sheet in your inbox to identify your stage and take specific action steps, do it today. It takes less than 3 minutes. It's 6 questions, super, super easy. So go to burnedinteacher.com/burnout quiz and take that. And of course, like, subscribe, share, tag people in this video that you think need to reevaluate their teacher brand, right? We need people in our lives to say, hey, I think you need this. Let's work on this together, all right? Burn on. I'll see you next week.